So I was really motivated to write this article for SSIR because at DataKind, we help organizations use algorithms and advanced technology to further their mission. And because of that, people often come to us asking us a lot of data and tech questions. How can I use my data best? How can I use algorithms? What should I even do? And those are good questions, but they're actually not even the hardest questions to answer. We find that so often, so much of our work actually has to do with helping people understand what their needs are. And so what we very quickly realized was 90% of our work is actually much more around getting people to speak the same language, getting them to work on the same problems together, and then having those results be adopted by others. So really to us, what that boiled down to was the idea of collaboration. So I think one of the most powerful aspects of data is its ability to help us see patterns and connections between people and organizations that we never would have seen before. So here are lots of great examples about people learning that folks who come in for certain social services, for example, trying to get information on how to get a loan or get higher education, often have related needs. And if you're just trying to tackle their needs piecemeal, you're going to give someone one piece of help and they're going to go off and they'll come back later for another piece, like moving from a loan to education. And it's all disjointed. And where I think that's really powerful for collaboration is that you can take that same example and extend it beyond just the individual to actually anyone who is also working on the same mission. So a case that we heard about was when GuideStar, who's a big organization that basically monitors the progress of nonprofits across the US and sort of understands their financials and understands their impact measures and publishes that, was trying to understand how can nonprofits best be supported? How can we best help them understand if their services are working well? And GuideStar had lots of financial data to do that with. But there was another organization called Great Nonprofits. It was kind of like a Yelp for nonprofits. And so people could actually write reviews. So where you might not see in the financial data that a homeless shelter is perhaps not performing as well as other homeless shelters, on Great Nonprofits, you could actually see people's reviews who had gone to those homeless shelters and said, you know what, this is not a great place, or this place is really awesome. And so GuideStar and Great Nonprofits put their heads together and said, hey, why don't we combine our data? Because we know that we all want nonprofits to operate better for the world. We can take this review data and the financial data and stick it together. With those two data sets, they're actually able to build much more explicit models, much more effective algorithms to figure out what nonprofits needed. But there are three big steps that we see organizations take that both help them use data better and understand how to collaborate with others better around data. The first one is less on the collaboration side, and it's more just a cultural shift in understanding what data can do. And at DataKind, we talk about data being used for largely two main purposes. The first is impact and evaluation, aka if I look back at the past, what worked, what didn't. The alternative, the sort of second bucket would be data for operations. So it's kind of a analysis versus action approach. So the first thing I'd say for organizations is to get comfortable with that distinction and look for the places where you don't just need to measure the past, but might actually be able to act in the future. So I'd say one big sort of second step we see is collaboration between decision makers and folks that are either field agents or data analysts in the organization, because it's only when you have both parties involved that you actually get that kind of synergistic relationship. So I'd say work on getting that conversation going. And then third is, unless you're one of those organizations that happens to have a full-fledged data and tech team, I would say collaboration around finding the capacity and partnerships is critical. Of course, be remiss if I didn't mention DataKind. Our whole model is to provide pro bono data science help for organizations taking this path. But it's not just us. The reason that we exist is because there's a rich community of data scientists and AI engineers who want to give back. So I would say collaboration is not just a cool new idea. This is going to be the way of the world. So I would encourage folks to start flexing that muscle, because there's so much exciting stuff we can do if we just start to embrace this mindset. And then secondly, I'd be remiss not to say, if you're looking for collaboration around data science, AI, algorithms, machine learning, any of those big data words, please do come talk with DataKind. We are looking for folks who want to supercharge their theory of change, because we believe that this tool, though it's not a panacea, it's not a solution for everything, has a lot of opportunity to be applied to social impact.